About 11, tracking a few of those thunderstorms moving out and tracking drier conditions to kick off the work week.
In the coronavirus emergency, phase 3 of the state's reopening starts tomorrow. What businesses are opening their doors and the guidelines put in place to keep people safe.
A concerning climb in cases across the country, what some local and state leaders are saying about a rise in infections.
There's more news tonight. A 4th of July cookout in Lynn takes a violent turn. A father killed. Those who knew him now describing the tragic loss.
And on just one station, a chaotic crash in Roxbury. A truck slams into a traffic light post after a police pursuit.
7 News at 11 starts now.
First here at 11, a weather alert. Several counties across Massachusetts under severe thunderstorm warning right now. Taking a live look at the radar, you see those storms moving through, heavy downpours right there in the middle of that system. And check out this video from Stowe. You can see the hail falling outside, hitting that back deck. Now, big change from what we saw earlier today and even the past 24 hours.
So how long will this all stick around? Let's get right to meteorologist Jackie Lair with the first check of your forecast tonight.
Yeah, we're tracking quite a few of those storm reports talking about hail, pea-sized, even dime-sized hail, and also some down trees and down power lines associated with some of those stronger thunderstorms that are continuing to push through. Still have a severe thunderstorm warning posted for Essex County, that one until 11:45 p.m. tonight. And we're already seeing frequent lightning strikes, quite the light show into northeastern Mass and along the North Shore. The number of strikes right now, 130. We continue to add more and more lightning strikes to this particular cell. And again, that severe thunderstorm warning there along northeastern Mass is until 11:45 p.m. Otherwise, a few storm reports, including down trees, down power lines around the Stowe area, where we did see that hail video not too long ago. Also, a wider look at satellite and radar. Again, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning just to the west of downtown Boston. That's until 11:30. And it's all because of this cold front that's pushing its way southward. We have much more comfortable air to the north, but for now, we have some dew points well into the mid to even upper 60s right now. Much more comfortable air settles in for Monday. On more details with the rest of that 7-day coming up.
And turning now to the coronavirus emergency, Massachusetts state health officials announcing 136 new cases and 11 new deaths today. Now, this comes as phase 3 of the reopening process is set to start tomorrow. Gyms are one of the businesses gearing up for people once again, but there will be new guidelines put in place to try to keep people safe. 19's Justin Bork has more from Medford.
Phase 3 is a really big deal. It also includes things like museums and movie theaters, but of course there will still be some restrictions in place.
With spray, wipes, and some ingenuity.
Yeah, we'll put barriers in between and probably even here.
Gyms are getting prepped to finally welcome people back inside.
I have to be honest with you, when the announcement came out, I think I got a little choked up.
Tomorrow, the state enters phase 3 of its coronavirus recovery, ending a long and lonely stretch for gyms and fitness enthusiasts alike. But there are restrictions. Equipment will be spaced out, masks will be worn, and there's a 40% capacity limit, meaning there may be lines outside at times.
I think maybe on a Monday or Tuesday night, we'll probably have a little bit. That's kind of our busiest time, but we're not sure yet.
Also included in phase 3, indoor attractions like museums and movie theaters.
All of the seats are numbered so they can be reserved in advance to make sure that customers are distanced in between. The show times will be staggered to allow for cleaning.
Business owners say all these changes will require some flexibility and patience.
We're all in this together. I'm going to ask our members to be patient and, and understand that we're not perfect at this. This is new to us as well.
But their mood right now is one of hope, something they haven't felt in months.
Although I have this feeling that we're going to be doing well. We've already sold dozens of memberships already since the announcements come out, so we're excited.
Now, there are some exceptions to this phase 3 recovery. The city of Boston, for example, won't be entering phase 3 until next week. The city of Somerville has postponed it until further notice. In Medford, Justin Bork, 7 News 19.
And casinos are also included under phase 3, but they're taking their time to get ready to play. Plainridge Park will open its doors this Wednesday on June 8th. Encore Boston Harbor will open Sunday, July 12th. And MGM Springfield welcomes guests back beginning on the 13th.
We're following breaking news, sad news on Broadway tonight. Nick Cordero has died from complications of coronavirus. Cordero spent more than 90 days in the hospital battling COVID-19. Back in March, he was also diagnosed with pneumonia and was moved to intensive care after his health got worse. He was 41 years old, and his wife, taking to Instagram just a short time ago, she writes, "My heart is broken as I cannot imagine our lives without him. Nick was such a bright light. He was everyone's friend, loved to listen, help, and especially talk. He was an incredible actor and musician. He loved his family and loved being a father and husband."
A troubling trend across other parts of the country. Many states seeing a rise in infection rates. Florida surpassing 200,000 cases following the 4th of July holiday, becoming the new epicenter of the virus. And as cases climb, some leaders are saying they reopened too soon. A packed lakeside concert in Michigan, quickly becoming a clear concern for local leaders across the country. As coronavirus cases surge once again in the U.S., many officials are expressing regrets on reopening.
We opened way too early in Arizona. We were one of the last states to go to stay at home and one of the first to reemerge, and we reemerged at 0 to 60. We had crowded nightclubs handing out free champagne, no masks.
There's no doubt that the fact that we opened, and the city of Miami was the last city in the entire state of Florida to open. I was criticized for waiting so long. But there's no doubt that the fact that when we reopened, people started socializing as if the virus didn't exist.
The mixed messages at the federal and local levels are also cause for concern. Many are still pushing for mandated masks and want to see more social distancing.
To me, it says we need a national strategy. We're only as strong as our weakest link right now. As you mentioned in the outset of the program, I said we went through hell. We cannot afford to go through hell again. We need a national strategy, I think, right now, and masking has got to be at the core of that.
President Trump has received criticism for not being more direct about masking and also not enforcing social distancing at his Tulsa rally and the 4th of July celebration at Mount Rushmore. The president maintaining his positive tone on the fight against the virus at the July 4th celebration last night in D.C.
We've made a lot of progress. Our strategy is moving along well. It goes out in one area and rears back its ugly face in another area. But we've learned a lot. We've learned how to put out the flame.
President Trump went on to say 99% of COVID cases are, quote, totally harmless, a statement the FDA commissioner declined to defend.
So we know that cases are surging in the country. We've all seen the graphs associated with that. And it's just too early, and I'm not going to speculate on what the causation is there.
The FDA commissioner went on to say the way to stop the surge is to wear a mask and practice social distancing when possible.
Also from the night team, a presidential visit coming to New Hampshire. The Trump campaign announcing the president will host a rally in Portsmouth, New Hampshire on Saturday. The outdoor event will be held at the Portsmouth International Airport. It starts at 8 p.m. Organizers say there will be access to hand sanitizer and everyone will get a face mask. The president last visited Manchester, New Hampshire back in mid-February.
On just one station now, a dangerous drive in Roxbury. Surveillance video showing the moment a truck slams into a traffic light pole. Police say it happened after a pursuit. 19's Natalie Pozo has the story you only see here.
On just one station, surveillance video showing the moment a stolen truck slams into a traffic light post in Roxbury. It happened Saturday around 2 in the morning near the intersection of Warren Street and MLK Boulevard. You can see the truck roll over on its side, catch fire, and then a few seconds later, the driver struggling to open the door before hopping out. Boston police say it all started when they attempted to stop the stolen Ford F-250, but the pickup took off. Officers say they discontinued the pursuit and located the truck a short time after it crashed. In this video, you could see a police cruiser roll up about 25 seconds after the crash, with 2 officers running out. Investigators say officers took one person out of the truck who was taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. A second person was arrested and faces several motor vehicle-related charges.
Natalie Pozo, 7 News Night Team.
A man shot and killed during a 4th of July cookout in Lynn. 4 others were hurt. Tonight, the man's girlfriend is talking about the heartbreaking loss. Night Team's Kim Lucy has the story.
An emotional day for friends and family on Fayette Street in Lynn. Investigators say just before 10 p.m. on the 4th of July, someone started shooting at the crowd of people gathered for a holiday cookout.
There's a car. The car stopped there. I didn't even realize it until I saw the gun and the car shooting.
A neighbor capturing the aftermath on cell phone camera. You can hear fireworks going off in the background, but they say the sound of the shooting was much more intense.
Firework, you hear like, the sound like separate, start like slow, not like, continue so quick,
Police say 5 people were shot, one of them killed. The girlfriend of the man who died says he's 35-year-old Noe Hernandez of Lynn, the father of an 8-year-old boy.
We had dreams. We even had plans to buy a house. We can't even do that anymore.
She says they had planned to leave the party by 10 p.m. and Noe was waiting outside for her to leave when the shots rang out.
When I came downstairs, that's when it happened. And he just fell on my feet, blood all over my feet.
She says she believes he was trying to protect her from the bullets. Now she and his family are trying to figure out who would do such a thing.
I don't even know. It's too much right now.
Police say they are continuing to investigate along with state police and the district attorney's office. In Lynn, Kim Lucy, 7 News 19.
And police make an arrest connected to a deadly shooting in Dorchester. The shooting happened early this morning on Stonehurst Street. A woman died at the scene. Now 1 person is facing charges. Police say the investigation is still ongoing.
The next thing now to Plymouth, where a beach shut down for 3 hours today after a reported shark sighting. Harbor crews investigating the sighting discovered a porpoise, which they say may have been mistaken for a shark. The crews caught the animal on video swimming near their boat. Multiple beaches along the Cape were temporarily shut down this weekend because of shark sightings.
Up next from the night team, storms across parts of the state this evening. Jackie.
We have a few severe thunderstorm warnings in place. One just popped up. That goes until midnight tonight. More details and timing coming up.
And next on Sports Extra, baseball is on the way back, but some of the game's biggest names aren't necessarily ready to play ball. We'll talk with WEEI.com's Rob Rappert about some stars who have already opted out, others who still might, and what it means for the league's restart. That's tonight on Sports Extra.